Aqua friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to do this backlit meadow that has these really pretty lavender flowers in the foreground. At least it kind of looks like lavender. So we're going to be actually using primary colors today. I have this gorgeous warm yellow. This is an Aussie Red Gold by Daniel Smith. I have quinacridone magenta, Holbein, French ultramarine Daniel Smith, moon glow Daniel Smith. Might pick up some Prussian blue, and these are just like quin reds. There might be even some ochre in there, trying to use up leftover colors here. And we're going to have a lot of fun with wet on wet. So you do need a little spray bottle, some paper towels, some implements to lift. We're going to be doing some bokeh lights, so I have these little sponges. You could do some splatters with a toothbrush. So I'm just giving this a really good going over here with the clean water. Now you don't want puddles per se, but because your paper is really nice and wet, we don't have to have a lot of water in our paintbrush unless you want your paint to really spread a lot. Wherever I see some warmth here, we're going to be doing some foreground are going to be more bluesies and purples, but I think that's good for the yellow. Kind of left some spots there, and I'm going to bring in some of the reds. I'm not going to bother cleaning my brush off. I'm just going to start adding these colors, the reds, kind of letting it just mix on the paper. Keeping it more simple and lighter in the middle, and we're going to go darker on the edges. Now, I might want to move these blues up a little bit to blend them in. I'm going to tilt my board. Now, this is fine mist sprayer. I'm just going to lightly mist it. And you can even work on it. Okay, well, you misted it like that. There's some really darker areas, this moon glow down the sides here. And I could kind of draw twigs and whatnot with my brush too, lightly, because some of them will be in the background and they're going to be out of focus, eh? So I can do some out of focus things. Might try to do some splatters. Now we're almost at the point where we could start lifting with our sponges if you wanted to create some light effects. I did want to get some nice blue spots in here. Okay, this is really getting dry now. I'm running out of time. Okay, when you lose your shine, you're running out of time. I have a wet, not soaking wet, damp. See, look, I might have missed my opportunity here. So where I see the paper still a little shiny, I think that's where I'll try to lift. And sometimes I don't want to do a complete circle either. I just kind of lean my circle, you know, so like a half a circle, or, you know, just odd angles that I hold this at. Sometimes I want a complete nice round circle. So it just makes the lights a little bit more kind of like what I'm seeing on the picture. Some of them even overlap. Oh, there's one. Okay. And I don't want to overdo it. I'm going to do maybe a half of one here. Especially where the areas are dark in your painting. Kind of being able to like grab a little light out of that area where it's dark, because it's going to pick up and show up better and have a nice contrast. But look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so this is bone dry, and I'm going to re-wet my blues and the pinks here so we could do the foreground flowers. So I'm just kind of feeling it out, seeing how it goes. I do like just blending this out in the foreground. Not really sure what else here I might put. So for now, I'm just going to leave that like so. And notice, like, I'm always switching up the colors. There's some that are more desaturated, kind of bringing in this moon glow color. Not the whole thing is desaturated like that, so again, I might pop a little the purple, changing the colors. Now, like I said, you can also use gouache, but I'm actually happy with the way these are really sticking out in the foreground with just the watercolors. I do like it. Softer versions, just trying to do some filler, smaller plants here too. And then of course, they're not always going to be straight up and down either. So just trying to bring in some that are leaned over. So you can continue and even use lighter, more watery watercolors so that it kind of looks like distant. When it dries, it'll be very, very light, kind of for all these filler flowers in the foreground. And if something gets too dark and you don't like it, you could always mop it up. Once you're done, guys, go ahead, remove the tape. You just created a masterpiece. Congratulations. Always a fun time when you remove the tape and see those beautiful white borders. So very simple and sweet, and such a fun, easy beginner's project. So I hope you guys give it a try. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.